Birdie Fab on location, import, and also preventative maintenance edition. So you're probably not going to see a lot of that on the channel. Not much of a preventative maintenance guy. Just kind of when something breaks, you know what the problem is, so you fix it, but whatever. So what model is this?
It's a 21 Accord.
2021 Accord. Gonna do transmission service, I guess just drain and fill.
Yeah, they recommended every 30,000 miles. We're sitting at 59,000 miles right now. So we're due.
Yeah. Is it a filter? Is there a filter in there?
I don't know.
I don't either. That's not in the service interval though, I guess. So literally drain and fill. Got some Honda genuine transmission fluid. So
what's that, HG?
Got that HG. At least that part's legit. So we'll see how that goes. So we've been having a discussion, first of all, about transmission service in general. Like, is it a good idea to do this at all? There's a lot of FUD lore, I guess, out there about if you drain the fluid and refill it, then you're going to destroy your transmission, and you definitely, for the love of all that's holy, don't want to do a flush, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not much of a preventative maintenance guy. So if my transmission's not slipping, fluid's good. And I guess if it's still kind of vaguely red. But in general, I don't have a problem with a flush, and I mean not flush, but a drain and fill, especially with a filter included. But I'm a GM guy, so I'm turbo 350, 400, couple of 4L60E PNNNNs and a 4T65E are the only transmissions I've ever done anything with. And those, you get a filter and another O-ring and a gasket and go for it. But in this case, I don't know how much is going to drain out, so Birdie's got a good plan here to brand new drain pan. Going to drain the transmission fluid into the pan, dump that into an old oil, 5-quart oil jug, and that way we'll know how much came out to know how much to put back in. So good thinking on that one. The other one is it's got a crush washer on the transmission or transaxle, I guess, drain pan, drain plug. So that's a whole nother thing. It's like, do you reuse a crush washer? Yes. Apparently not. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll do it because we got it. But that's the whole thing. Like, that's some birdie. I watched some birdie's video yesterday. I'll link it down below if you want to look at it. But basically, he bought new crush washers, measured those with a caliper, and then measured or put one on his transmission drain pan, tightened it up. I think it was a Toyota, but it doesn't matter. Pulled it back off, measured that one, and it actually got a little thicker in spots because of how it was. I guess the deal is it works kind of like a gasket. So if there's uneven tolerances between the plug and the pan, then it squishes into those tolerances. So why not just use a rubber thing? I don't know. But yeah, I would definitely reuse it as long as it's not like squished ridiculously, and it shouldn't be if you torque it to an appropriate spec. But speaking of that, I guess the torque spec for the drain plug here is 35 pounds?
36.
30. Oh,
which is terrifying.
We almost destroyed this car, man.
On an aluminum pan.
All right, I'm going to give it a little grunt. There you go. That's probably about 26. All right, so I guess let's get under it and pull the plug, see what this thing looks like.
Slides up into here, and it's got some more clips in the back that it kind of slides up in. So We'll get these 6 screws off, slide it back, and it should just flop down.
Plastic. Right, yeah, some kind of plastic fittings. Hopefully they don't blow apart. Oh, it's just is it just, yeah, I think it just rotates to unlock. It doesn't really unscrew. Maybe. What does that look like?
That's just yeah.
Okay, yeah, so just turn like 90 degrees.
Stole that idea from IKEA.
Cam locks.
You want to get that one?
I know this camera work is spectacular, so just bear with us.
And then, sha.
Oh, so that one's Phillips back there. And an actual screw, I guess.
I might need to get my big one. This is a P2 bit. And
Yeah.
it could be I guess we could go P3 on it.
That one came out. Yeah, regular looking thing. Got your safety squints on? Alright.
So there's a drain plug.
Yep.
And it just takes a 3/8.
Oh yeah, just a ratchet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see if I can spin around. Yeah, there we go.
First we need to pull the fill plug out. So we don't get no
I don't need no suction.
Yeah, no vacuum
going on.
Vapor locking and whatnot.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab that drain pan. We'll be right back. So somewhere down in this hole is our filler. There you go. It's right there. Seriously, I don't know that my arm's gonna fit in here. Does it just pull out or is it twist? Alright. Is there a dipstick on it?
Nope.
Of course not. This is maintenance free, dude. Alright, so there's our filler plug. See where that came from. We'll sit that over here on this strut tower where we won't remember where it is later.
Then we're gonna wipe that schmoo off of there. Oh, everything is sharp down here.
I know. It's like a blender.
How are we gonna put that back in there?
Look, man, that's a problem for another day, all right?
All right, I either wiped it off or I wiped it in.
Whatever.
One or the other. Does it look clean?
Looks clean to me. Looked clean earlier too, but well, whatever, dude. This is, well, I guess it is a precision machine since it's Honda. All right, so here's our new drain pan. Let's get out of there and see how much a mess this is gonna make. Where's you got a ratchet down there?
6 of them. Nope.
All right. Gathering tools. There's old F100. Got the new turn signal wiring and stuff.
We don't want to lose near one of these now. Put them right there.
They're all up there where we won't find them. They're probably moving right now. Alright. See how good you are.
So if you go diagonal, I learned this from watching the gymnastics. You know, we're on that springboard. This is more room here.
Yeah, that's good thinking. Man of culture, I see.
What's the
You sure that ain't metric?
metric for 3/8?
You know, I was gonna bring my half-drive breaker bar as a joke.
You know, maybe you should have. I don't know what to do when it's dragging me.
I think it's reverse thread.
I mean,
or are you reverse thread?
No, we going right. Let's try to jar it a little bit.
There she goes, I hope. Either it broke loose, the ratchet broke, or the pan broke. We'll see. The good thing is the pan looks like it's easy to replace if necessary, but I don't think we're going to be doing that today.
Shoot, look at that.
Look at that, just like it was planned.
Didn't get none of my nose or anything.
What color is this fluid in the new bottles?
I don't know.
Because it is a little dark.
Check that out.
Got a magnet on there?
Yep. So we'll get a rag and see if we got glitter in our transmission.
Don't you?
See if somebody...
I think it's best to not know.
See if somebody at the dealership puts some of that Barbie transmission fluid in there with the sparkles.
Mm-hmm.
They don't smell super twangy.
I mean, it's not acting weird, right? It's just
no.
Because what you said that I guess the crush washer and the transmission fluid cost like $65.
Yeah.
And the dealership wanted what?
They wanted $650 for the 30,000 preventative maintenance procedure. This is one step of it. They were also gonna drain and flush the brake fluid, and who needs to do that?
Well, Uncle Chet did when he put those brakes on his Tesla and about killed himself, but other than that, normal people don't.
So I bought, capacity is 3.9 quarts. I bought 4 quarts at $13 a quart.
Mm-hmm.
Crush washer was like $5 after tax and everything. It was $65 and some change.
Where is the crush washer? Is it still on there?
Yeah.
You got calipers?
It ain't coming off.
Well,
so we're gonna reuse it.
I would like to see what the difference in thickness is, but I didn't bring calipers either. Eyeball it. I guess probably most of the deformity is going to be close, maybe closer to the center than the outside anyway, so you probably can't even tell.
I'm just glad there wasn't no water in there first.
True. An interesting experience. There's another YouTube channel. I don't remember. I think it's called Rebuilt, maybe. I'll link that down there too. But yeah, those guys were working on a DeLorean, and kind of the same deal. Like, they dumped a huge amount of water out of it. All right, we'll let this drain. You don't need to see this. Yep, there's something on there. Don't know what that is, but
it ain't sparkly.
no, I don't guess.
But
well, there actually is some. I don't know. It's kind of like
something's magnetic on there.
I don't know.
We're not going to worry
I'm not
about
worried
that.
about that right now.
I mean, it's normal wear and tear, you know.
The thing's not. I mean, you know, again, it's a Honda. They shouldn't even require this maintenance. I don't know. Whatever.
All right, now our plug's all cleaned up.
Let's grab that. Where's that crush washer? Grab it and just compare it up against what's on there. The curiosity. Yep. It's washer, all right.
So it does
It
look a
actually
little
might be
thinner.
squished a little bit, but
I mean, but that felt like a whole lot more than 36
I agree with that.
FTLBs. And it's dragging me across the ground. And that one fits on there.
Yeah, should probably double them up. That'd be real good.
This one don't even move.
That one's on there. You might have to get a screwdriver after that to pop it off if you're inclined. But again, I mean, my calibrated eye tells me that that's still good. So
it's not even centered on there. And what happens when we screw it down and it starts hitting the washer? Because the washer ain't moving, that's going to throw off my torque specs.
you're right about that, I guess.
I don't know. I don't
Maybe
know what
that's
to
why it
do.
was on there so tight.
I'm used to dealing with O-rings, not crush washers.
Well,
Seems kind of a cheap cop out to me.
Actually, it's a more expensive cop out, but here we go. We're about to reach the point of no return. Pop it loose.
I'm surprised I didn't stab myself on that one.
Yeah, it's kind of what that guy. This is the. It's kind of get it focused. See, there's some ridge. There's like a ridge on the outside and on the inside lip, and that was kind of what the comments in that guy's crush washer video was saying, that his caliper readings were erroneous because of that, and that it actually had done what it was supposed to do. Because that one is flat, right? There's no. I mean, there's a visible ridge here. You can, especially right there on that side.
So on this side, it's perfectly flat, like it was made that way, and this side is more rounded, like that was the punch side.
And look see, you can see that there's that ridge right there, which was on the, because this is how you handed it. So this is on the nut side, and the pan side just has those kind of inner and outer.
Are you sure?
I don't know, but I'm trying to rationalize why it would look like that.
It was off centered.
Okay.
And mashed up like that, and that's where I jammed a screwdriver in there to get it off.
Yeah, so that's the nut side, and the pan side has that ridge on the inside lip right there.
And on the information superhighway, there was a Honda Accord 2021 forum that had about 3 posts on it, and it was, which way do I put the crush washer on? And it said technically round side goes towards the plug.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
No,
but it doesn't.
I got it backwards. Flat side goes toward the plug, and the round side goes toward the pan.
So I would agree with that.
So it unrounds it against the flat pan.
Right. That did. I mean, that's more than 35 pound-feet, though.
I checked with the lady that was selling me the stuff, and she looked it up on her computer, and it said 36 foot-pounds. And then I
36.
double checked a couple other places on the internets.
Yeah.
And they all said 36, but any other manufacturer, it's between 20 and 30. But they obviously had that torqued down to about 75.
You know it's going to be a trick to swing that torque wrench under that car.
I got a 3/8 swivel joint.
Calibrated. Yeah, let's put some swivels and universals on it.
I got
torque
some
it like
extensions that's got the swivel ends on it. I don't know. I might be bleeding after busting that one loose.
I don't know, man. I mean, I say we put a grunt on it, and then maybe a little bit more, and see how we're feeling. And
just torque it till it drags me. How about that?
If it don't click, I think we'd be all right. All right, we should be good now. So slide back under here and plug this sucker up, and then try to measure how much came out.
We're still dripping, but you know.
A little bit of extra ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Or would it?
Again, we're not gonna talk about that.
All right, nice and clean.
I guess it's not too bad. Get that. Get that torque wrench out this direction. $36 pound-feet is how many Newton meters is that?
I don't know. I'm surprised they didn't tell me.
That's a good point. Like, why did they not use
I was expecting to be in Newton meters. That just don't feel like enough. That definitely did not crush that washer. All right, we'll be looking for drips on
see if it leaks
on our skid plate here.
Why don't you throw that little ratchet on there and just get a
feel for it?
Yeah. See what you're thinking.
Just another little oomph to it.
Yeah, I think we're good.
It was definitely on there a lot
tighter than that.
Yeah.
Where do they build these? Like, is it built in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Okay.
These are in a plant up in Ohio or somewhere around Ohio. All right.
I hear the middle schoolers are talking about Ohio a lot nowadays. All right, let's get this fluid dumped in our oil bucket.
Hey, fun fact. You take you some automatic transmission fluid and mix it with some acetone, and that makes a better penetrating oil than anything on the market.
Let's leave that off for now so we can check for drips easier.
I was thinking we could see drips on top of this, but
well,
all right,
gosh.
We'll do what you want to do.
Well,
it's your channel.
How about that? We'll compromise. There you go.
All right. Best of both worlds right there.
All right. See y'all up top. All right, here we go. About to dump this fluid into the oil jug here. And we're assuming that the little clear plastic slot on the side of the jug is calibrated accurately, for what that's worth. That stuff looks dark, man. How many miles you say it's got?
59,000.
Okay.
Good enough.
So that looks to me like quarts. We're about 3 1/4. It's right between the 3 and the 3 1/2.
Well, take a quarter off of that, because there may have been a quarter of the 5W30 left in it.
3. You know, there's no dipstick, so I guess it really don't matter how much you put in there. Just keep pouring it till
it overflows.
Comes out the top. All right. You get to experience my knee. You can probably hear it. So, party foul. Forgot to push the record button on that. But just to understand that there was some highly intellectual conversation happening, and the transmission fluid got poured into this bucket, which we assume is generally correct as far as the level goes. And so we're right at 3 quarts, maybe a hair above. It's what drained out. So we're going to go with that, see what happens. So take 3, because I can't figure out how to use the camera, apparently. But anyway, we transferred the oil, the transmission fluid from the pan into this, talked about some stuff, sounded like we knew what we were doing. And look here at the back of the jug, and it's showing, you know, the angles are a little off, but it's about 3 1/4, but quarts, assuming that this is right, but it looks more like 3 here, closer to 3. So we'll put 3, maybe a little scoosh more, see where that gets us. Probably won't slip. If it does,
got a whole nother quart to add.
Yeah, just put some more. There's no dipstick, so I guess it doesn't matter. They don't care how much you put in it. So attempt number 1, we're getting the funnel installed into the filler. It's got the same issue my hand did. It
might have to take our turbo intake pipe off, because this ain't gonna work.
All right, let me make a little extra room here. Looks like a Looks like a Phillips little boy. Maybe get those, and will that get room, or is it this radiator hose that's the problem?
Yes.
Okay, good enough.
Nope, we're going with the socket. Hey, babe.
I'm gonna call it a.
Where you going?
I gotta go pick up my prescriptions.
All right.
And get caffeine.
All right.
5.
You want to ask our guest if?
So there's a clearance issue here with the funnel. Can't really get it in there. So we're talking about what we need to move around to get to work, and it looks like you can just pull this guy out of here. And so what size is that?
5.5 millimeter.
5.5. So I was helping a guy work on his truck once, and you know, I've been spinning wrenches for a good while now. Of course, obviously not professionally, but you know, I'm almost 50 and been working on stuff for a good while, and so we ran up against a nut that like none of my tools fit. And he said, "You think it's a 5.5?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he said, 5.5 millimeter. And I said, what are you talking about? And he had one in his toolbox. I had no idea that was a thing. But, you know, technically, I guess it shouldn't be a thing because of metric and all. Like, why not just make it a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller? All right. One side, that might be good enough. There's a leaf. Here's your problem. There's a leaf in there. I can't reach it. This is kind of neat, though. I guess that's your MAF sensor. Where you said this is turbo?
Yeah.
Where's turbo at? So this is the dish. No, well, that's the intake side, I guess.
It goes in. There's your curve ski.
Yeah. Let's see where the exhaust hooks up. Where's the discharge?
That thing is huge.
Flex. Your intercooler? That's flex hose. Oh no, whatever.
There's your discharge. That's your down pipe right there.
Yeah, but well, I mean, where's the charge pipe?
Oh,
where's the? Where's the actual air intake on the engine? Oh no, there's some more plastic stuff over here. Probably.
Yeah, it gets piped
Loop
back
somewhere.
around to that side.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we're gonna hate to replace an alternator on this thing.
Yeah, you might want to let them do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway, let's see what we got. Precision fit. What are you thinking? Capacity?
2.75. We're doing 3. Whole
All right.
3.
We're doing 3. All right. So we're going in with 3 something plus or minus.
There's no foil on here. How do they keep it fresh?
It's probably all waterlogged by now. See, that's weird, man. I don't know.
Ain't it supposed to be red?
American transmission fluid's red. That's all I know.
Red is for freedom. It's just yellow.
It's scared. You scared? Say you scared.
All right, there's one.
Yep.
Or each. Oh, you're going with the backwards pour, huh?
Well, it gives you more time to steady your nerves before it comes out. All right.
Yep.
You gonna call it good at 3?
That'll do.
All right.
Man, we got 3 out of it. We'll put 3 in. It makes sense to me.
More or less.
I've been wrong before.
What? All right. Let's see.
Do we want to wipe him off with
Yeah,
some
I'm gonna
transmission
wipe
fluid?
it off a little bit.
It is rubber. Transmission fluid, well, only the red, as far as I'm concerned, is good for rubber parts.
It's got some. There's some grease on there. I'm gonna try to not wipe that off too much.
We need to put some KY on it to get the slide in there.
Yeah, I think it's good. Just hop to a. All right, that's out. Going in. Nope, not today. Go this way. Takes remarkably little pressure to slide that in.
But pulling it out is a different story.
Well, you know.
It's hard to pull out sometimes.
All right, where's your half-size socket? This is family friendly, by the way.
Just like oh, what's his face said, making the cartoons. You're making cartoons for kids, but if you want to be successful, make them for adults.
Talking about Matt and Trey, South Park guys. Let's go look down here. Let's move underneath and see if we got anything dripping out. Looks dry to me. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good.
I like it.
You gonna fire it up first? Get some stuff chooching around in there just to see.
All right, watch your fingers.
Yeah, I'm clear. Yep, still calling it good. Warning lights about what?
Hood open, door open,
Oh,
not a transmission.
sweet. Success. All right, we'll get this pan on it, go for a little test drive, see what happens.